Hey guys, it's Dawn, that farm wife, and I'm hoping that today's video is maybe the quickest tutorial ever. We're gonna can some green beans. I had a ton of green beans coming in the garden, as you can see, so I've been picking them. What I do is I go kind of pick every day, save them in a plastic bag in the fridge. They tend to keep better this way. And then when I have enough, I go ahead and can. Now, the first thing I did was consult my USDA home canning guide, because I've never canned green beans before. And so you're probably saying, well, Dawn, why are you trying to show us how to can green beans if you've never done it before? Well, here's the deal. I can read this recipe and follow instructions. And I feel pretty confident about that. I've canned stuff before. And I'm here to tell you that if I can do it, read the recipe, do it. Or it's not even a recipe. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. So, got your green beans. First thing you're going to do, rinse them off, clean off all the dirt. Cut them into whatever shape you want. Pick out anything that may be bruised or rusty. Then you're going to pack them in your jars, and I'm doing pint-sized jars because, it's just me and the hubs. See, there's a green bean that's got some bruises on it. Just me and the hubs, so we don't need, a quart-sized jar of green beans for just the two of us. So we're going to pack it in here real tight because that's what the instructions say. And that's something you need to decide for yourself. If you got a family of 5 or whatever, then definitely green, do a size that works better for you. You might need to do quarts. The other thing you might need to consider is, do you even eat green beans? Did you grow them, but you don't like canned green beans? You prefer frozen? Or you're only going to eat them fresh? Don't waste your time canning something that you're not going to eat. So you're going to tightly pack these green beans in here with 1 inch of headspace. And it said tightly. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go tightly. Because I kind of feel like once you put the water in there, it's probably going to loosen up anyway. To 1 inch of headspace. I have 2 kinds of green beans. One is called a rattlesnake bean. Here, I'll show you these ones. This is a rattlesnake bean, and then I had a regular string bean. I think it's a stringless string bean. And I like that because I don't like the strings in there, and I don't want to have to string all these beans. All right, step number 2. Or is it step 3 or 4 now? I don't know. But super easy. So this was raw packed. These are raw green beans in warm jars. I've been keeping my jars warm in my canner. What I do is put it on the stove at the lowest setting, and it doesn't ever boil, doesn't even simmer, but it does keep it warm. But then I'm going to pour boiling water over my beans to the 1 inch of headspace again. This might be a time for your funnel. Of course, after you get the water in here, we are going to debubble. Check our head spaces again. Wipe the rims. And then we're going to process. And this is a pressure canning way of, you got to pressure can. You can't do this cold process. What's the other term? What am I thinking of? I got to get some more hot water. Water bath canning was what I was thinking of. You can't water bath green beans. While I'm getting me some more hot water, I'm going to debubble. Man, when it said pack in there tight, I packed it tight. They're in there. But when you're done debubbling, what you want is all of these green beans to be covered. So you may have to adjust what's in your jar. I am using canning or pickling salt. Been in my cupboard forever. Wipe the rims. Apply your rims finger tight. Uh-oh. You don't want to screw it down too tight, otherwise the air can escape. All right, putting them in the canner, you know to vent your canner for 10 minutes first. Then once your canner is vented and you put your jiggler on, I've got a jiggler. Do whatever your canning pressure canner instructions tell you to do. But you're gonna vent, and then once it comes up to pressure and you're jiggling, you're gonna process pints for 40 minutes. If you were doing quarts are 50 minutes. If you live above 1,000 feet, check your pressure canner instructions. I'll always check your instructions anyway. Lid on. Now we're going to turn up the heat. All right. So I'm going to keep, I've got more to do because I think I'm going to get 2 batches out of this, which I'm pretty excited about. So we'll get going. All right. All right, here's what I mean by venting your pressure canner. That steam is coming out good and strong now. And my timer has gone off. That was for 10 minutes you're gonna vent. My timer's gone off. There it is again, let's turn that off. And then we're going to add our weighted gauge. This is 10 pounds of pressure. Good. Add your weighted gauge, 10 pounds of pressure. Then we're gonna wait for that to dance. When that dances, that's when we're gonna process for 40 minutes. All right, we got a good little dance going, so we're gonna turn the heat down just enough so that it continues to dance. You don't really want to play with your temperature too much. You want to find that sweet spot and leave it alone. I think that's where we're going to stay. All right, time for the big reveal. So as usual, we're going to open the lid slowly. And we're going to lift it away from you just so that steam doesn't hit you right in the face. Smells good. I always like the way, you know, when you cook something in here, it smells good. You're gonna lift your jar straight up. If there's water on top of the jar, that's okay. It will evaporate. Looks like we're doing good. So, see, you can green beans for the first time all by yourself. All right, y'all. I think that was a success. I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye.